Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome to fourth quarter. We are back. What's up? We're here for you guys. Just remember that. What's up? What's going on, Craig? Mo? What's
What's going
going
on, man?
on?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Yeah, great for basketball. It's been a good. It's been a good. It's been a good playoffs, fellas. It's been a good. It's been a good playoffs.
Yeah, It's
You know.
it's been alright. It's been
It's
good.
been
Pretty.
it's yeah, it's you know, it's been captivating. I'm not gonna lie. This is some really good basketball. All right, so we know. Listen, guys, I'm gonna be honest. Everybody out there that's listening, I did have in my topics. The finals are set with the Celtics and the Mavs, as I thought it was gonna be two sweets. But the Timberwolves held on from big games with Cat and Anthony Edwards. We're going to get to them later. But right now, we're going to talk about the Celtics. The Celtics are in the finals again since the 2022 year, I believe, when they lost to Golden State. But they are back in the finals, Craig. Let me ask you this. You picked them to win the finals, correct?
Yeah.
All right. They've been getting a lot of slack. A lot of people have been saying they haven't had a very impressive run to the finals. Um, what do you think about that? A lot of people say the injuries to Jimmy Butler, Halliburton, and Donovan
Um.
Mitchell.
You got to play. You got to play the hand you dealt. Everybody. Oh, my bad, Brent.
No, you go ahead.
Oh,
You go
you
ahead.
go ahead. I
Nah,
like that. Yeah.
everybody. Everybody got to deal with injuries. If
Yeah.
we always say it. If it was the fifth, we all be drunk. At this
Yeah.
stage, it's
Yes,
who
sir.
it's who healthy. It's who's available. Like if we sitting here talking about who was the healthiest or who this. Everybody been injured, so we can't really go there with it. Yeah, the injuries hurt and all that, but it's like, hey, you gotta play what's dealt. You know what I'm saying? So,
All
but
right.
at the end of the day, if we really get past for injuries, I truly feel like you did burn your staff dirty because you didn't have Donovan Mitchell for the last two games, but you fired the man. So clearly we're showing that injuries don't matter. We're showing that injuries don't matter when you fire a coach, but your best player was hurt. And hold up, and another dude who was highly productive, Jared Allen, they played the whole series. So obviously
Yeah,
we're saying that it doesn't matter what injuries we have an expectation of what we should be able to do.
that's
So
true.
I just
And
don't
yeah,
that injury stuff. I understand people say this and this, but even with Halliburton hurt, you gotta look at it. Indiana gave away 3 games in that series, but
three
they could have won. They gave away
easy,
3 games easily.
easily,
So it's like
easily
we can
three.
sit here and say Halliburton was hurt, but easily you just gotta finish games. You gotta finish the job. So um I get it with the injuries if we want to give people, but I don't give people a pass for that because I feel like you got to play with the hand you dealt. I get it, but because what we might as well, so what we want to give New York a pass in? If that's the case, we want to say Indiana shouldn't even been in the next round in the East Conference Finals. So it's just I don't think that's fair. You only can go out there and play who you got to play and win.
I like that, Craig. What's your thoughts on the Celtics, man? They said they were eating cupcakes on the way to the finals, man. That's what they
I
said.
do agree with Mo that you play who's ever on your schedule, and that's it. It is what it is. But they did have an easy path to the finals. It just is what it is. The East is watered
So
down.
yeah, it's only three
They
teams.
basically were on the side where you avoided playing the Knicks, the Sixers, or the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry, four. Yeah, 4 teams.
So they played the Cavs. They could have played the Magic, and they played the Heat. It was a lot. Obviously, the Heat didn't have Butler. Duncan was a little. I think he was hurt. Tyler Hero was hurt.
Yeah.
And then the second round, obviously Donovan Mitchell gets hurt, and then obviously there's no Jared Allen. I think they're missing a couple other players on that squad. And then obviously with Indiana, you had Halliburton getting hurt. It's like the best players on each team seem to get hurt. So I'm just going to assume that whoever goes to the finals out of the West, somebody's going to get hurt. It seems like that's the way it's been going for the Celtics, and as far as their luck. I mean, they got the luck of the Irish, so it seems like that's what's going on. I mean, take nothing away from them though. I picked them to go to the finals. I picked them to win the finals. Mm-hmm. They deserve to be in the finals. They're the best team in the best team in the East at least. Probably arguably the best team in the NBA. They had the best record in the NBA in the regular season, but at the same time, I can't just look at it and be like, just look at their path and be like, well, they had some tough competition. And not only that, they didn't look good in terms of if Halliburton is out and that's the best player, I expect the Celtics
to dominate,
being the favorite to go out
to
there,
dominate,
team away, and like blow them out and be like, okay,
yeah,
have your best player. We're gonna
put the foot on the neck
on this and beat you by 25 points or 20 points or whatever it is, double digits at least. And they didn't, except for that one game in game 2. And they just haven't looked like they haven't looked like that dominant type of team. And I did see that Mike Greenberg put the Celtics in his top 5 most dominant runs to get to the finals, which is ridiculous to me because they just haven't looked dominant.
That is crazy.
He had him at 4, which
that's crazy
to me. And then Isaiah Thomas texted him and was like, "Yo, you forgot about the '89 Pistons," and he was like, "Yeah, I did." So he took the Celtics out and put the Pistons in.
Yeah.
So he was just easily influenced by that, but at the same time, Isaiah Thomas was right because
his
team, outside of losing to the Bulls twice in the conference finals, they dominated a lot of
everybody.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there. That's But back to this, I think the Celtics had an easy path, but like Mo said, they just played the teams that they were the hand that they were dealt. They played on the schedule. They played who was in their way. They got past them.
Yeah,
I just wished I would have had more. I mean, I would have had more confidence in them, and I wish that they had blown some of these teams out because they were, like Mo said, they could have been down 3 games to 1 at this point.
Yeah,
or at least
they could have. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I got to see something different. Maybe with the rest going into the finals next week, they get Porzingis back.
Yeah, I think Porzingis should be.
Help.
He should be back. I think so.
They just haven't looked like the 2001 Lakers or
I mean that you
96 Bulls or
those 2001 Lakers was dominant.
Like I want the Celtics to go out there and just destroy these teams, especially when they don't have their best player.
That 2001 or the 96 Bulls, that 2001 Lakers team they swept Tim Duncan Spurs and they swept Sacramento Kings. When they had Chris Webber, that joint was crazy. It wasn't for that crazy Iverson game, they would have swept everybody.
The team, I think, the sweep 4 series, I believe. Even though the first round at the time was a best of 5, wasn't the best.
It was 3, I think, right?
Yeah, they didn't change that until like 2004, 2005.
It was best. Yeah, you're right.
That was a dominant run. This just
that joint was dominant. And AI. Shout out to AI, man. But yeah, no, I agree with you. But see, Mike Greenberg, that's the problem. Because everybody's like, they are a dominant team. They should be. But they haven't won like they should have. But I can't knock them for being in the Eastern Conference. This is what happens when you get the number 1 seed. This is what you play for. This is what you want the number 1 seed for. Easier path. Everybody knows it. It's in the NFL. It's in the NBA. You played the playing team after they've been playing their butts off. You're rested. Easy out of there. Second round, you getting a young Orlando team or Cleveland. Both young. Out of there. With Donovan Mitchell. They would have been out of there. But this is what you play for. You know what I'm saying? NFL incentives, if you get the number 1 seed, you get a bye. That's the number 1 seed. It's like that on purpose. And it should be. And I listen, man, the Celtics they're good. And I can't wait. You know, we'll get into that at a later date when we know when the finals are actually set. That matchup is going to be very intriguing. I can't wait because the Celtics they get Porzingis back. They're a dangerous team, you know. And I know, you know, if it's Dallas, everybody's like, "Oh man, Luke and Kyrie," but Jason Tatum is 6'9" and has a 7-something foot wingspan. I mean, arm span, 6'10" arm span. He's gonna give Luka problems. Same with Jaylen Brown. But it's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be a very interesting matchup. Very interesting if it's Dallas, and even more interesting if it's the Timberwolves. Anyway, speaking about the Timberwolves. Oh, okay, let's go here. Why do you think the Pacers got swept?
I mean,
Do you think they were no? Do you think Halliburton was the only?
No, there's a couple of reasons. No Halliburton.
Okay.
Bad turnovers. Not closing out or figuring out what to do on defense in terms of getting after the 3-point shot.
That's what I'm talking about. Sloppy, very
just
sloppy.
not having a closer. Because I mean, they were up in all these games, except for probably game 2, but they were up in all the other games where they could have had a 3-1 lead, and they just didn't have a closer to figure out what to do in these clutch situations to win one of these games. I mean, they lost. They were right there in 3 of those games. I don't know how. Also, bad coaching as far as down the stretch as well, because Carla he just made some bad decisions. Especially in that first game where he probably should have called another timeout, got his team in a to call a better inbounding play. Yeah, and then they would have just had to foul him instead of turning the ball over, and they probably would have won that game and stole one in Boston. And then some of these other games, obviously they didn't have their best player, but that
first game they had everybody.
If those games were 44, 45 minutes, they would have won 3 of those games. But it just happened to be a 48-minute game, game with the overtime, 53-minute game. So
the games were 45 minutes.
They would have won. They would have won 3 of those games if the game was 45.
Golly, man.
They would have, but they got to play an
That's
extra.
3 minutes is a long time.
Clearly, because they just couldn't hold the lead. They couldn't get a stop, or they just made a stupid play, a bad turnover or whatever. Like
it happens when you're young, man. It happens.
It
happens. This called that playoff experience.
They got a decent squad, but I mean, they just made some bonehead plays.
I think they signing Siakam again. I mean, they could, if they bring everybody back, they're going to be right outside because once again, I believe it's going to be the Celtics. They've locked everybody up at least for another year. The Bucks are going to be healthy, and Dame and Giannis are going to have time to gel. That's going to be dangerous because Doc wants Dame to play a traditional, like a point guard, like how he was in Portland. Like you have to be you, but you make the decision. The ball is in your hands, right? They're going to be good. Philly's going to be good because they're going to get somebody. They're getting somebody. They're trying to go after LeBron. They're trying to go after Paul George. They're going to land somebody. And then you have what? Philly.
The Knicks.
Then you got the Knicks, who are here to stay. They're not going nowhere. They can make a move too. Or they can just bring everybody back. They're going. So they got that. I can't see the Pacers beating any of those teams. The only reason they beat the Knicks is because the Knicks. If Brunson was healthy, Hart was healthy, and Anobi, the Knicks would have swept them.
I don't know about that. I think they would have won.
Maybe one
But
or two, but it would have been. They wouldn't have won the series.
Giannis didn't even play in the first series. They got past them.
Nah,
I
yep.
did pick them to beat the Bucks even with Giannis,
Me
but
too.
because I
Me
just thought
too.
that the Bucks they just weren't they the Bucks reminded me of with that relationship with Giannis and Dame reminded me of Kyrie and Luca because they just didn't work well together.
Yeah.
Now they're working. Luca and Kyrie are working a lot better
Yeah.
second time around. So
I
maybe
think the Bucks gonna be vicious next year.
being
I think they're
healthy
gonna be vicious.
and just having a little bit of time to work together, maybe they'll be a lot
Yes,
better next year. But
I
and plus,
think
the
so.
East is weaker compared to the West.
But
So
I don't know if Philly get Paul George
I mean,
and
yeah,
the Knicks are fully healthy. So I think the Celtics will Porzingis, and I think if Philly gets Paul George, and we were just talking about Milwaukee, those three could go against the West. I think those three teams.
I think the Knicks could if they get everybody healthy. They got
Yeah, those are yeah.
they had us like a starting five get hurt.
But nobody. So that's crazy with the Pacers, right? If the Pacers bring Pascal Siakam back, they're not contending with those four. They're not.
That's
They're
why.
not.
Well, you probably gonna talk. You probably gonna ask, but I'm just gonna.
What?
Nah, I thought Mo
What's
can
up?
go about his. I just figured you was gonna ask about what the Pacers need to do next season, like you did the other.
Oh yeah, I did. That
Yeah,
is actually. Let's do that. We
Mo,
can go
Mo,
right there.
Mo can weigh in on what happened with the like why they got swept.
Why they got swept?
I
Yeah,
want to sit on here.
Man, they good.
I am gonna ask that, Craig. And we gonna ask that
Hold
next.
on. So, you said why they got swept?
Yeah, why do you think they got swept?
Yeah.
They had no answer for Jaylen Brown. And I think and a lot of people don't think about this, but Jaylen Brown took it personal that he wasn't all NBA. You can see it.
Oh, he takes it. He is on the mission.
Like he got
This Celtics team's on the mission, bruh.
like Jaylen Brown took it personal. He wasn't on none of all NBA teams. He said, like he took that personal. You can see
It was
from the jump,
Halliburton.
He
Yeah.
wanted to make it personal. Also, it got exposed that the Pacers really don't have a consistent scoring guard up top. Like Halliburton it was here and there. Yeah, he gonna get his assists, but when you don't have a consistent scoring guard, it comes a problem. And their defense, I think their defense, they were allowing the guards to get too deep into the paint, which was allowing them to kick it out to White and kick it out to Horford. You had Horford one game hit 7 threes.
Yeah.
So I think moving forward, Indiana has to strengthen in their wing defense. They have to strengthen in their wing offense, their wing scoring. And they gotta get better. I think so. People got, and I wouldn't be surprised if this Pacers team becomes the basketball equivalent of Cincinnati or Buffalo. Like you had to hit that first major loss, that hurtful loss, in order to grow. Like you got to think about none of them outside of Siakam, none of them was used to this. None of them was used to going this deep in the playoffs. None of them was used to playoffs. So experiencing this now and to have Siakam a whole year, I think is going to benefit them.
Yeah. All right. Like, here we go, Craig. So, let's name two things we think the Pacers should do. I think everybody agrees they should re-sign Pascal Siakam, right? Yeah. I think they're trying to do that anyway, right? The second thing, I think they probably need like a rim protector because I don't view like, I mean, I think Miles Turner is good, but their defense is not. I mean, I don't know. They just look like maybe it's the coaching, but I think they should, I agree with Pascal Siakam. Everybody does. But I think they need like a Jackson Hayes or like a Lively, somebody who's like active around the rim protector. That's all. I just think they're lacking in that area. I could be wrong, but like a Lopez or Adams. Like somebody who's big, can take fouls, can clog up the lane. You know. But Craig, what are your thoughts? What are two things the Pacers can do to improve next year? That's the question.
I think they need to get some better defenders. I mean, this team likes to push the ball up and down the court. Like I said,
Yes.
the last week or week before last, they're like
They're-
Carolina Tar Heels, because Tar Heels like
Yep.
to push over and over,
Yes.
regardless of
Fast paced.
a make or a miss. They're pushing the ball up and down the court. So that's
Yeah.
what they kind of remind me of. But I think they need to get some defensive players, some defensive help, either 3-and-D guys or guys that can, like you said, clog the paint and just be a rim protector or something like that. Or just guys that can kind of contest some threes better or make some better decisions in terms of getting out and causing some problems to some of these guys that can actually shoot, or especially for a team like Boston, who I think they shot a handful, like a boatload of threes. That's all they pretty much do. They live by the three and they die by the three. So that automatically going into that. So they're going to shoot a bunch of threes. So you have to be wary of that and contest them as much as possible. So I think they need that, and I think they need another scorer. Like Mo said, they need another a guard, or at least a forward that can create their own shot. Maybe I ain't saying he's going to be there or possibly, but Paul George, a guy like a Paul George, somebody that can create their own shot, that can score. He can shoot a three. He can put you down low in the post. He can shoot a mid range or whatever. He can get to the hole. Somebody like that is somebody that they need on that team to take the pressure off of Halliburton, because Halliburton's he's going to lead the league in assists again, most likely, or possibly he's going to be up there again. But he's not a guy that can go out there and get you like 27 a game or anything like that. So they're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, they and I was Andrew Nebard, he balled out. So shout out to him. He did.
Played well. He played really well without Halliburton in the lineup, but he played well for about 40. I mean, I don't know how many minutes he played, but he was 3 minutes short of what he needed to play, because I mean they just didn't have any answers down the stretch.
Yeah, they had none. But yeah, that's I know Halliburton is 6'5". Man, I didn't know that. So 6'5" point guard. All right, okay. So let's talk about the Timberwolves and Craig, why they did not get swept.
I just think that finally Luka had a bad game. He had an off game. Kyrie had a slow start. He had an off game too.
Yeah.
Kyrie didn't even hit 20. Luka, like I said, he had a horrible shooting game. Karl Anthony Towns, he stepped up.
Yeah, he
and
did.
So did Anthony Edwards. Like, he played for the first time in the series. He shot the ball pretty well. He was aggressive.
There we go.
And then they just their defense, outside of that crazy foul at the end, which was weird. Their defense was pretty solid in this game. I think that they just wanted this game a little bit more, and they didn't want their season to end. So I think they went out there and they put it all on the line last night, and they ended up winning that game. So now all the pressure is on Dallas, because this same thing happened last year with the Heat and the Celtics. The Heat went up, the Heat went up 3-0, and then the Celtics came back, especially in that game 6 when
that joke was crazy.
Derek White hit the buzzer beater. He tipped it in and forced the game 7.
That joke was crazy. That was crazy.
If that happens, I mean, this
that'll be great. That'll be great if it goes 7 games. I would love that. Might be
another one where it goes 7. I don't know.
Like that.
I think it at least goes 6, but
yeah.
Man, it's possible. And then Minnesota has the home court advantage, so if it does happen to go that long, they'll be right at home where they haven't won yet. So and they're going back to Game 5 where they haven't won yet either. So, but if Anthony Edwards can come out and play like he did this game, and guys like PJ Washington and Kyrie, I think Kyrie went like 1 for 7, 1 for 6 from 3. PJ Washington was like 2 for 8 or something, like 2 for 9 or something like the 2 for 9. So
yeah, it was 2 for 9.
And then Luka was like, he did bad too. So I mean, if they can get those guys to shoot a bunch of threes and have them be off, versus, and then on the other side, you guys, their team is making them. I mean, they're going to win that game. And then on the other, and then I forgot to say that Minnesota left a lot of points on the table because they missed a lot of free throws. So if they can just clean that up, I know Rudy Gobert is a big culprit of this because he misses a lot of free throws.
He missed a lot.
But if they can clean that up, and then they could have won that game by double digits. But they just missed too many free throws or too many free throws in the game. But I don't know if we're going to see that type of performance from Luka again in terms of him shooting so poorly. But if they get that out of him, yeah, they definitely got a chance.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. I think that Ant was more aggressive, more vocal, more being a leader. I don't know where he was at the first 3 games. I don't know what took him to wake up because he looked sluggish and tired. Now he's like, let's go. That's the Ant. If they're going to at least get to 6 games, that's the Ant that needs to come and play here on out. And Cat, stop shooting all these threes too, man. Go to the hole. Go to the hole.
Yeah, definitely.
Go to the hole, man. You got a chance to bang down there. Go bang. You know, you're big. You're a big man. I understand. You don't have to jack up that many threes though. But Karl Anthony Towns got called out. Ant got called out, and they stepped up. And Lively was tough. That's a tough. It looked like it's bothering Dallas a little bit. Also, we talk about the Pacers being sloppy and young. The Timberwolves have been too, because a couple of those games they could have won. Those Mav games been close, you know. So they've been close. Luka hits a step back 3 over Rudy. Saw that live. I was like, God. I was like, oh. As soon as I saw it on there, I was like, oh, this is a big mismatch. You know.
I don't know why Rudy Gobert was out there
switching. I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't just switch. I don't know why
he was out there in general.
I don't know why.
I guess for rebounds, but I mean, at the same time, you don't need to have Rudy Gobert out there in a possible situation where he could get.
I wouldn't have had him out there.
Like, it's just a bad. Whatever. We've seen this multiple times.
I wouldn't have had him out there. I would have had Nas Reed out there. I wouldn't have had him out there.
I guess you got to put him out there because he's the defensive player of the year or whatever.
I'm gonna put him out there. You lost a game because of that. Because he's. This is the playoffs. They're going to the playoffs, and you know this, Craig. You know this, Mo. Any sport, the playoffs, the intensity goes up.
Absolutely.
If you're leaving Rudy Gobert in the game, they're making game adjustments, in-game adjustments. Luka's like, oh, Rudy's on me? Easy. This is the playoffs. Every inch matters. Who's in, who's out. Matchups matter heavy. If you're tired, it's gonna show. You're gonna lose. You know? And look, it happened to the great Kobe Bryant. Shot 2 air balls against Utah. 97. He said he had to go back. He said he had to get stronger. He said he was too tired because he's not used to this many games in a season. He said, I got to put in more work. So he got bigger. And look at the next year he came back. Next year he came back. That's the 98 Kobe. That's the Kobe you see on The Last Dance talking to. That's that little Laker boy want to dunk everything. That's that Kobe. He says it. He's like, man, I shot those 2 air balls. He was like, my legs felt weak and I didn't have enough power. He was like, yo, I gotta be stronger. I gotta be stronger. And he came back in '98. Was a stronger shooting guard. Anyway, enough about Kobe. Just a good Kobe story for you guys. But Mo, Why do you think the Timberwolves did not get swept?
Big Cat showed up. Big Cat hit some shots. Luka, even though he had 28, Luka by his means, by what we know about Luka, had a bad game. I want to pose this though, moving forward though, is it coaching? Is Big Cat ignoring the calls, or is if we're gonna call Anthony Edwards the best leader since Jordan, is it he not saying nothing to him? Because I just don't understand how we're not seeing Big Cat post up at all.
I don't know, man.
I don't get it. Got to be one of the three. Either the coach ain't calling the plays. Either
I don't know.
either Big Cat ignoring them, like nah, we're not running that, or Anthony Edwards like nah, okay, all right, well I'm not gonna make him go down there because you ain't gonna tell me a Jordan, a Kobe, some of these other leaders wouldn't tell a dude if they had a dude like Big Cat not to get down there. There's no way. And I'm not trying to shout out Andy, but if we're gonna say certain things, that's why I say people watch what you say. If you're gonna say
he's still only 22 though. He's still only 20. He's still 22.
I know I get it, but if we're gonna say these things, we gotta understand that Jordan and Kobe would not allow.
They weren't barking at 22, dog.
That's fair. That's fair. But I mean, I just say watch what you say, but
I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Like, is he ignoring? I feel like is he ignoring the calls or the coach not calling anything for him? Because I just don't see. I'm sorry, I don't see Daniel Gafford hanging with Big Cat down low. If Big Cat really was to post up and do post moves, I don't think Daniel Gafford would stay with him. As far as like down low, banging with him on post moves.
Nah, Big Cat is
so it's like
Cat's bigger, I think.
Right? Why are we not calling it? Like you're not even going to it at all. How many times we can say Big Cat did a post move during the series? How many times can we say we seen Big Cat post up and do it and get it on drop step and try post up? Like it's just it's move forward. Because like I would say this to you. They will get eaten alive by Boston if he's not posting up.
Yeah.
Especially if Porzingis come back. If they think they're going to have Big Cat shooting 8 threes and then let Boston get it and go.
Porzingis going to eat in the middle. Yeah.
So I just think my bad, Big Cat having a bigger game like he did. Anthony Edwards showing up more, but I think moving forward, Anthony Edwards has to play that way. Anthony Edwards has to have 25. I mean, not Anthony Edwards. Big Cat has to have 25 or more every game if they're going to stay in that.
Yes, I definitely agree.
If you die, you better stop playing. If you die, you better end it because once you get a young dude don't know no better and you keep going, you better end it now. I get it. Ain't nobody ever come out from 3-0, but you gotta end it now.
End it because it almost happened. Craig was right. It almost happened last year.
Yeah, because
Boston almost beat the Heat.
Because look at the more stress and the more games you put on Luka with that knee, the more because Luka ain't right. Luka ain't all the way there.
This is the time. This is the time to because then you could get Derek Lively to get healthier. You could have 7 days off before the finals, man. You better win this 5th game. Stop playing around. You don't want to go to game 7. You don't want to go to game 7, and you talking about the Celtics on 8-day rest, and you've been battling
because they're going to mess up. If you don't win this game, now you talking about you play Saturday. Now you talking about your game 6 will be Saturday.
Yes.
You lose that game, your game 7 will be Monday. You turn around and you starting the finals on Wednesday.
Thursday. Yes. You don't want to do that. They gotta win. They better win. The Mavs, but I'm serious. This has to be. I think they should go ahead and do the gentleman's sweep so we can get the topics right. I was almost close because if a gentleman's sweep's not sweep, but it's a sweep anyway. All right, Craig. Well, I guess we did already talk about if can the Timberwolves. You touched on this. Can the Timberwolves make a comeback? I think it's never been done. But like Mo said, the Mavs better not play around. They better not play around because, like you said earlier, Craig, you don't want to be at a game 7 in Minnesota. Not only, even if you win, then you got to play the finals Thursday, like Mo just said. You're done on June 2nd. No, wait, Mo, you said it's June 3rd?
June 3rd is a game. Will be game 7. Yeah.
June 3rd will be game 7, which is a Monday.
Yeah, if we go game 7, that'd be Monday night.
Jeez. That's a
It'll be
tough.
Monday, and then the final start Thursday.
Yeah, Dallas needs to do it because if the Timberwolves are one of those teams that they need to hurry up and end it. You don't want them lingering around. You want Kyrie and Luka to get rest. That's it. Just get some rest.
No, I think they might push if they can get games. I think they're gonna win tomorrow. I think if they can get games,
I think they're gonna win tomorrow.
They can steal game 6, man.
If they win tomorrow, and then if they win game 6,
it's gonna be a tough environment.
It's gonna be rocking in Minnesota.
I don't think they're gonna win
game 7 gonna be stupid. Game 5 already gonna be crazy. Game 5 gonna be crazy.
You said what, Craig?
I don't think they're gonna win game 6. I think they're gonna. Well, I expect them to win tomorrow and then lose game 6.
I see that. I can see that.
To the finals.
I can see that. I can see that. The game 6 is what, Saturday?
They're gonna have pressure on them. And they're gonna have to just close it out. You said what?
The game, that means it'll end. Game 6 will end what? Saturday. Yeah,
Saturday.
give them a good 4 days of rest. Man, they need to hurry up and end that joint now. Shoot, but 4 days is still a good amount of rest for you know what I'm saying, for an athlete. That's still a good amount of rest. And then once you get to the finals, the games are stretched out. So y'all probably playing maybe twice a week, three days in between the games.
I think it's like 2 weeks total.
2 weeks total, yeah.
The game 7.
Yeah, I know the game 7 on the 23rd. So yeah, they space out the finals as they should. There's nothing else going on.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I mean, I just don't like how the games be late though. They be having during the week at 9:30.
Oh yeah, they'll just be 9:30.
It'd be 9 like 3. Then you don't restart the game when you tip off like 9:30, almost
9:30, 9:45.
They be doing all
It's supposed to be 8:30. But I mean, they probably won't tip off until about 9.
Till 9. Probably 9. Probably tip off at 9. All right, guys. Oh, we ready for Craig's top 5. Come on, man. What's up? Let's go.
I was going to do my top 5 easiest paths to the finals, but I just gave that up. So, with the news came out today, this morning when I was watching TV, about Bronny staying in the draft. So I decided to do a top 5 teams I think will be a good fit for Bronny. Even though I don't think I think he's just a prospect at this point, and I don't even think he should be in the draft. I don't think he's draft worthy. But if I'll say this, if he was James Bronny instead of Bronny James, and he wasn't related to LeBron at all, this wouldn't even be, to me, I don't think it would even be a conversation. There'll be nothing to talk about here. Nobody will be talking about him or giving him a chance or nothing like that, or even putting him on a pedestal in terms of getting his name out there. But the fact that he's LeBron James' son, that comes with some type of credentials. I mean, I'm happy for him. I hope he does well in the NBA. I'm going to be looking for him. But I don't know. So my top 5 teams I think he can go to. I think.
Okay. Let's go. Spice it up.
But I should say good fit.
Good fit? Okay.
Possible.
All right, let's do it.
Number 5, this might sound a bit crazy, but I'm going with just because they have a bunch of, they have 2 guys, former defensive players of the year, and that's Memphis.
Okay.
Even though I don't know if like now they got Dylan Brooks out of there, so that's a plus. You still got Ja there, obviously, but just in terms of having Jackson and you have Smart there, I mean, I think he could definitely learn a lot from both of those guys. I think Bronny's
what's his name is pretty good too, Craig.
Desmond Bain.
Desmond Bain, yeah.
I mean, they have
You think he's
two
good
former
as this?
defensive rookies. I mean, two former defensive players of the year. So Bronny can learn a lot from both of those guys. Um, he's not going to be asked to do a lot in terms of him coming out right right away. And he could just focus on being a really good defensive player and then come in and hit some spot up threes every now and then. My number 4 team, I was going back and forth, but I got the Magic. I think the Magic are um, they're a young team as well, and they focus a lot on their defense was surprisingly pretty good this year.
Yeah.
So I think the backcourt will be a little bit crowded because they have I don't know if they're going to bring some of these people back or not, but they have Cole Anthony and Fultz
Yep.
and Suggs.
Yep.
So
Yep.
if they don't bring back maybe Fultz or somebody like that, I think definitely Bronny could step in there, especially with his defensive prowess, and I think he could be an asset to that team. Plus, they're pretty young.
That. Yeah.
They have a need for shooters, so he could definitely help. Another team that I don't see any type of, I guess they're not going anywhere, I should say, and that's the Utah Jazz. It's not going to be a glamorous place for him to go if he were to go there, but I think in terms of just playing basketball, he could just focus on just playing basketball. It's not a big city. You're not going to have all the lights and all this stuff, and it's not going to be a big market.
Yeah.
But this team needs a lot of development, and I think him being there, he could get that development with this squad.
Yeah.
They have a lot of young talent on that team. They're not going to win too many. They won like 31 games this year, so they're not going to be in the mix for the playoffs right away. But I think he has an opportunity to go in there and just prove himself with this young team, and I think he'll get minutes because I mean, outside of Lauri Markkanen and Colin Sexton,
I don't think they
don't really have too many other really decent players. So he could definitely probably, to me, go in there and be a fit. This one I picked it just for the culture, and they also develop a lot of really good players in terms of. I think last season they had like 5 guys who went undrafted, and they made and they played 65 games, and the team went over. And the team had a winning record, and that's the Miami Heat. Miami Heat have a lot of players, obviously.
Yeah.
Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, obviously Jimmy Butler, a few other players as well on that squad. But I just think that the culture there, excuse me, the culture and the coaching that he would get, and dealing with Pat Riley, having that guy there as well, even though he can be a hard ass or whatever, but just having him there. And just being in that situation, being in that culture, the Heat culture is probably arguably the best culture in the NBA, or at least it's in the top like 5. So he probably wouldn't get a lot of minutes in terms of if he want. I mean, obviously he wants to play, but
he should be sitting. He needs to develop.
He probably wouldn't get, especially
no matter where he go, he needs to develop. He needs to sit for a minute.
So he probably wouldn't get a lot of minutes right away. Some of these teams probably would even send him, might even send him down to the G League or whatever. Whatever. So, but I think just that culture that they have in Miami that they've been having that for years is very influential. And number 1 to me is the Spurs. I think another one with the coaching with Pop. Granted, Pop hasn't been successful in the last 5, 6, 7 years. But I mean, they have a lot of young talent down there. Obviously, they have Wemby. If he can get Bronny to embrace his role there, and just dealing with a veteran coach who knows what he's doing, just like Spo. I do like Pop, even though he's getting older and he hasn't had, like I said, that success.
He's still a good coach.
He's still one of the best coaches.
He's still coaching the USA team.
Yeah,
he coached the last USA team.
Yeah, and I just think it would be a really good spot for him just to focus on his strengths and just get out there and just possibly play. He could probably get some playing time with his team as well. So, that's my top 5.
Top 5.
I don't know. I don't think he goes first round. He probably end up then if
Second round.
somebody reaches, he could go first round. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I think this draft is so. I mean, from what I'm hearing, this draft is not that good. I think
Nope.
it's in the possibility. Like it's in the
It's
realm.
not that good.
If a team feel like they like him enough to where they feel like they can do something with him in the next year or two, and he is a project, I don't see him starting the league right away. But if a team feel like because this draft not that heavy, where like okay, let's give him the first round. He there. Let's get him. Let's develop him. You know,
He probably not gonna start till he like 2021.
I will say that he has played a lot better in this, I guess, combine or whatever it is.
And his build, he's built like an NBA player.
He is. Yeah, he has the physique of an NBA player.
Yeah.
And he's just, I mean, he has played a lot better in this combine, but
yeah. And that's the guy. He had a heart issue too.
Yeah, that set him back.
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. People don't even talk about that. People don't bring it up.
That set him back in college. If he didn't have that, I think he would have been a lot better over college.
A lot better.
A
lot better.
But that was unfortunate.
He didn't have that. You might talk up him. You know, he might be a real lottery. Like a real lottery.
I probably would talk about him a lot different. I mean,
yeah,
he only averaged 5 points a game or whatever it is, and some other stuff going on in there too. But
I mean, I think if he wouldn't have had the heart issue, he might have did 10, maybe.
I think 10, he would have been 12. A lot better. He definitely would be better, but yeah, it's just that was unfortunate. But I'm hoping that he goes to a good situation.
I think he is. He got a good team around him. I think he is. I think he is. I think he's gonna, want to get developed. Shout out to Pop before we get to the NFL. Shout out to Greg Popovich, man. Story. Jason Tatum said that when he was at USA and Pop pulled him aside and was like, he's like, "Do you want to be a two-way player?" And Tatum was like, yeah. He's like, "'Cause you could be really, really, really good." He was like, I'm talking about like, he was just telling him like all the good players that play two-way. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. Like Kawhi is a good two-way player. Paul George is a good two-way player. LeBron used to be. You know what I'm saying? AD's a good two-way player because he plays defense. He played defense. He was good and offense. But he was and shout out. But Popovich was telling him like, you have a chance to be, this good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm Wemby. I'm talking to Pop every day. Like, so I don't care if I go to his house. I don't care if I got chill.
Oh, Wemby good, man. Wemby gonna be good, man. For real. I think he go. Man, he averaged the most blocks. Yeah, this is rookie. He was doing some.
He was first rookie to be on All NBA defense since or first team since I want to say Tim Duncan, Robin. It was a while.
I saw Wemby nutmeg somebody and pull up. And Jason Crawford said he showed him that move that day. Because Jason Crawford was like, "What's up?" Wemby showing him some moves. Jason Crawford guy. I like Jason Crawford in the booth too, and the way he analyzes games. His knowledge for the game is good. But Jamal Crawford, he has handles. He was a good NBA player. So he said that when everybody was like, "Oh snap," he was like, "Yeah, I showed Wemby that, but he did it this way and this way." Wemby has a chance to be good. I can't wait. That's what I love, man. Phenomenal players playing their best. You get great. Whether it's football or basketball, it's awesome. It's awesome. All right, guys. I found out today. Didn't even know this. Shout out Nick Wright. First things first. It is 99 days before the NFL season begins, guys. That's not that far off, man. That's coming up. So we're gonna break down the record for each team in the AFC and the NFC. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about football, guys, right? We're going to do some of our picks and all that. But right now, we're going to do the records from the AFC East and the AFC North. Now, listen, this is going to change. This is way too early. This is our first one. It's after the draft. Listen, training camp comes. We're gonna do one in September before the first game, guys. We're gonna do our official who's going to Super Bowl, who wins, and all that. But right now, we're gonna have fun. You know, we're gonna have fun with it. So we're gonna start off with the AFC East. I'm gonna go first. I think the Buffalo Bills, their record is gonna be 11-6. Craig, what you got Buffalo at?
I don't have them winning the division, but I got them at 10-7.
Okay. No division.
Oh, you just going.
Go to the records. Yeah, I'm just going by records. Yeah, I'm just going with teams. No division winners. I just wrote down the teams from memories and just said the records. What you got? But yeah, we're not gonna.
No, I'm about the same as Craig. 10-7. I think I don't want to be disrespectful. I think 10 wins, but how can I put this? I'm more 10 wins on the fact of the coaching of like Greg McDermott, how the job they did, but I would not be surprised if it was less.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. This will, yeah. All right, the Dolphins. I have it 10-7. What you got the Dolphins, Craig?
11-6.
Oh, Bo, what you got the Dolphins?
I got them around 11-12 games. I mean, look, they schedule. The only reason they schedule crazy, and James, I think I know why you're saying that, is because they don't do well in cold weather games.
Yeah,
they got a lot of cold weather games.
I can see them going 11-6.
Yeah, but I can see 11. I can see 11 wins.
Yeah, I got them winning 10. They ain't too far off. It's only one. It's only one win. Craig, what you got the Jets, Craig?
10-7.
Oh, Mo, what you got the Jets?
9-8, 10-7.
I got 8-9. We gonna see it. It's probably gonna change. I see some stuff. They're gonna be right there in the mix.
I gotta see the O line. I gotta see the O line.
Yeah. This is way too early.
ACL.
I didn't even look at their. I just guessed. I'm serious. I was like, let me see. What I know now, but when we do our real ones, it's gonna be a little bit more research. All right, Craig. This should be easy. Mo Patriots. This should be easy.
I just seen their schedule. I think I said something on the chat. Good Lord Almighty. I'm trying to be disrespectful. I'm gonna say 5-12.
Craig, what you got?
I got 4-13.
Yeah, I'm about to say you better than me, Mo. I got 3 or 14. They're going to be top 5 pick.
I remember I put in the chat. I said, look at their schedule. I would be surprised if 8 or what is.
Yeah. Come on, man. One of the Patriots fans, Kevin Wilds, he's pushing for them to win over 4 games. Like
I think their only winnable game in their first 9 games is Tennessee. Like the way it looked like it's even.
I don't know. I think Tennessee. I would pick Tennessee. I would pick Tennessee to win that one. Yeah. I don't know. We gotta see. When it gets there. All right, AFC North. Craig, Baltimore Ravens.
I put down 13-4. I think I'm gonna stick with 13-4 until.
Okay. All right. I got 12-5. They're gonna be up there. But what you got? Who got the Ravens? Go ahead.
I gotta see the O line. I'm kind of conflicted on this one, yo. I'm gonna go 12-5.
Yeah. I mean, Lamar wins a lot of games. He wins a lot.
I mean, it's just that O line though. When you lose 3 O line, when you lose 4 starters, 3.
I do want to see. how it is.
And I want to see how they use Derrick Henry. Don't run him in the ground. Are they mixing it up?
I hope they do. Cincinnati Bengals. I have it 11-6. Mo, what you got Cincinnati at?
Fully healthy. I'm gonna go 7.
10-7.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 10-7.
Craig, what you got? Bengals.
I got the Bengals 11-6.
Yeah, they're gonna be good. That's gonna be a good division. Oh, Craig, Cleveland Browns.
8-9.
I got that too. I got 8-9.
Ooh.
No, I got 9-8 for the Cleveland Browns. But 8-9, 9-8, about the same. Mo, what you got? Cleveland.
Yeah, we're going 9-8.
Deshaun.
I just don't see the same magic quarterback position, and I got to see everybody come off them injuries. They're that tricky team. We'll say that they're best around with double digits because if they stay healthy, they loaded, but it's
They got a
like
good team.
quarterback play. But it's like
Yeah,
quarterback play, man.
it's quarterback play. Bottom line.
They got one of the top 3 defenses in the league. They got one of the better O-lines in the league. If Nick Chubb is healthy, they got
a good coach.
Yeah, got a good coach. It's quarterback play.
Just quarterback play. All right, Craig. Steelers.
I got the Steelers at 9-8 just because
They
don't never lose. I mean, he doesn't.
That's what I got.
Record, so
That's what I got. Because I was like, I agree with you. Tomlin doesn't have a losing season, but I don't think. I think they have a good team. I just don't. I think the AFC is ridiculously hard. If they was in the NFC, I mean, we'd be talking about them 13-4. But they're in the AFC, and they have Joe Burrow, Lamar in their division, and then they have C.J. Stroud to deal with, and then they got Patchbone. It's just the AFC's tough. I got 9-8 too. Mo, what you got?
I got that because the back end of their schedule. I don't know who did the schedule, but they ain't like them. Because
their back end is crazy.
Their back end after the bye.
I think it's the hardest. I think it's the hardest.
They got the whole. No, they got the whole
Yep.
division. They got the whole division after their bye week 9.
Yep.
And they got to play Kansas City on Thanksgiving. I mean Christmas.
Yep.
And they got Philly.
Yep.
Like so, if they
That's
don't
crazy.
If they don't front end, they gonna be looking crazy.
And their division is hard. So it's not like
right. It's
everybody's gonna Cleveland's gonna give you a tough game.
Everybody gonna give you a tough go.
Everybody's physical,
all
cold.
that's after your bye. All that's on your back end of your schedule.
Jeez. All right, Russ.
We'll see.
All right, Russ. Get ready. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, did you talk about the
Luka.
the back
Yes. Let's end with that. That is perfect. So Stan Van Gundy said that Luka and Kyrie are the most they're the most talented backcourt ever. Are they? What are your guys' thoughts on it? The most talented. It's tough.
I wouldn't put him number 1. I would put Steph and Clay at number 1.
Luka and Kyrie is tough, especially if they win this championship.
Just from a talent standpoint, I could see it. I could
I could see it.
So maybe if we just talking just strictly just on talent, then I could see it. But in terms of being just the best backcourt ever, I can't see it because they haven't won anything. I probably will go, and then Steph and Clay are arguably the 2 best. I know Steph is, but Clay is right up there.
Splash Brothers.
As the second best shooter of all time. Maybe,
yes.
And then you got Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas.
Yep.
Can't miss out on them.
Yep. Somebody said, Chris Bouchard said
Magic Johnson and Byron
Parker and Ginobili.
Even though Ginobili didn't start like that, that's the only reason why I might be kind of hesitant on that.
He said, who else? Did he say Willis Reed and Bernard King? I think that might be one for the Knicks.
Willis Reed and Bernard King, no way. They didn't even play together.
Wait, hold on. Who played? Hold on. Knicks.
Willis Reed was in the 70s.
Wait. Hold on. It was somebody else.
Willis Reed and maybe like Clyde Frazier.
Yes, it was. But I just know that yes. I think it was.
Bob Cousy, John Havlicek from way back in
Yep.
the 60s.
Oh, you also had Jerry West. Oh, what's his name? Golly. Um, Jerry West and golly, he played with somebody that was really good.
I don't know.
Yeah, because he played. Hold on, somebody mentioned it.
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you because they went to all those finals together. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna find it out. But it was Jerry West. It was his teammate, and
Gail
you know,
Godrich? Gail Goodrich?
it might have been him.
I don't know.
Oh man, I don't know my NBA history. Shout out to Nick Wright was breaking down. Because remember Jerry West went to how many NBA finals? 10?
Yeah, like 9 or 10.
9 or 10, and he lost.
All of them but one.
Lost all of them but one.
That boy, I'd be traumatized. Boy,
Yeah, it was golly. It was
like
one of his running mates that was with him the whole time.
Man, I be feeling like Buffalo.
That he went with I gotta figure that out. I'm gonna find out. But he had a running mate that was with him with all those final appearances that
I know you're not talking about Elgin Baylor because he didn't play.
No. It wasn't Elgin Baylor. It was I don't know the team. Let me see. 1968. Yeah, it probably was Archie Clark. That's probably what it was. Archie Clark. Oh no, it might have been Gail Goodrich. So it might be him. But shout out to Nick Wright. It might have been Gail Goodrich. Craig, you might have been right. But it's somebody that was in his backcourt that doesn't get recognition. Yeah, it might be Gail Goodrich. Yeah. Craig, it might be Gail Goodrich that is talking about. Those are another two duos. Shaq put out Derek Fisher and Kobe. I don't think that is one.
I can't put Kobe and Shaq. I mean Kobe and anybody or
you can't put LeBron and nobody.
You can't put Jordan and Harper or Jordan and BJ Armstrong either. Even though Jordan's
the apex, yeah, but you can't.
He didn't have a good. Ron Harper in his prime when he was with Cleveland
was like that,
but he wasn't the same Ron Harper when he came to the Clippers.
Nah, he was older.
He was
older. He was still a heck of a player though. He was still a heck of a player.
So it was Earl the Pearl and Clyde Frazier with the Knicks.
Yep.
That's who it was.
That's who it was. That's who it was. Yes.
Bob Cousy I think Havlicek played forward, and I think he might have been coming off the bench. I don't know, but
because you can't say LeBron and Kyrie because LeBron is a 3. You can't say backcourt. So it's interesting. It's a good time. If they win this chip, that'll be tough. I know a lot of people are like, Nick Wright was like, "Hey man, he picked Dallas and J Mac picked Dallas. I don't know if Dallas can beat the Celtics healthy. I don't know.
I think
their matchups is crazy because Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are Luka can't push them around. They're two big bodies, and then you could put Drew Holiday and Derek White on Kyrie. Then who's going to check Porzingis? Lively? Is Lively going to be healthy? This is going to be a good finals series. It should be.
Regardless of who it is, I think it should be. I think it's going to be good. Hopefully, it'll.
And the Celtics should pull it out. They should.
They
should pull it out.
They're the favorite to pull it out, as they should be.
They've been a favorite all year, I think.
I don't know if. Well, I think Denver might have had them. I think Denver was the favorite before the season started.
Okay.
After they got eliminated, then yeah, I think
Then the
it went
Nuggets.
clearly.
I picked Denver to go back to back. So,
I
but
picked them
I
to go.
did have Denver and the Mavs in the Western Conference Finals. I did have it, and I think I had the Celtics in New York. I think that I thought I didn't know the Pacers were going to beat the Knicks.
It's because they just. I mean, they had the Knicks just had too many.
Yeah, too many injuries. But I picked.
So you can say the same thing about the Pacers. Then I'm well, if they. Had,
Yeah, exactly,
but I
exactly
mean, they just
right.
couldn't. They just couldn't beat the Celtics.
You could definitely say that
their
about the
best
Pacers.
player.
That's a good point because Giannis wasn't there, even though with
Dame missed
Giannis,
some games.
Dame missed some games too. Yep.
I think they
So
still
you
won
can't.
though because Middleton was on.
Yeah, they won too
They
without
lost.
Giannis and Dame.
Didn't they lose a game where Middleton had like 45?
Middleton went off in one of those games.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
So they had opportunities, but
Yeah. But all right, guys, we are going to be back next week. Can't wait to join us. Remember, catch us on everywhere you catch your podcasts. And shout out to all you guys, man. I know y'all watch our TikToks and IG posts, man. We just want to shout out, give you some love, guys. But we are out. We're going to see y'all next Wednesday, man. All right, man. Peace.